just want to discuss with you a recap of a number of issues that we dealt with in Unit 7 dealing with risk. The purpose of evaluating and scoring risks is not necessarily to simply find a number, but to look for areas where risk can be reduced without compromising the project goals. These comments are based on an article written by Stephen R. Toney, T-O-N-E-Y. For example, here are ways that risk can be reduced for each of the factors. Let's look at factor 1, which is achieving goals. The idea of reducing risk is to clarify the goals. If the goals can be clarified, if they're not too ambitious, they can be scaled back or the schedule lengthened. This is what will happen if the project starts to fail, so it's better to do it at the outset and reduce the scope and achievable goals. Factor number 2 deals with the activity type. Avoid projects in non-focus areas, since they are not what your organization is about. In other words, concentrate your efforts where you have expertise. To avoid the high consequences of failure in critical focus activities, experiment with new technologies. There are many tools available. We have seen a number of them in our readings and study, and there are many others that you can research on the internet. A third factor deals with resources and commitment. Ensure sufficient resources and management and organizational commitment. That's important if you're going to succeed in achieving the goals. Factor 4 deals with organizational setting. Don't try new technologies in long-linked settings for 2 reasons. First, they usually involve many areas of the organization. Second, the long-linked systems are hard to change, so are not suitable to experimental approaches. Instead, develop pilot projects. After a pilot project, there are 2 factors that can be improved, and you know more, and the technology is the older. Factor number 5 deals with project participants. The obvious way to increase experience is to hire staff or consultants who are familiar with the technologies that you're using. If this is not possible, give the project team what they need to increase their understanding of the technologies. In addition, do not neglect the attitudes of the project team. These are improved by giving the project importance through management commitment, by giving the team time and resources to work, and by other normal management practices. Finally, keep the team small. 7 or fewer members is ideal. Team members can be added or dropped depending on the phase of the project. Avoid at all costs adding team members for political reasons, which will only delay the project and frustrate the team. Factor number 6 deals with the technology age, and this is the final factor. Risk can be reduced by using current instead of new technologies. Not that we don't want to be open to new technologies, but they need to be experienced, developed, and improved, and training provided before they can be integrated into a project. Projects can be delayed until the technology is proven. This depends on whether your organization wants a risky R&D project or a less risky operational system. That decision will, by and large, be established by the nature of the organization. That concludes my recap on some of the risk factors and issues in Chapter 7, Unit 7. I look forward to Unit 8 and your comments and postings. Bye for now.